Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have some pretty interesting news to go and cover where the Xbox Game Pass has actually finally had a chance to reveal how much money it's actually making. Now, we actually have some official court documents that actually had a chance to showcase up on how much they're making and what they're kind of doing quarterly, and as well, you can kind of go and relate that to see on how many people are kind of a part of the Xbox Game Pass, which has been rumored quite a bit, and as well kind of showcasing the inner workings of how this kind of works, how they're making money, how everything's going, how the acquisitions are going, how the brand new games are going, and all that type of stuff put together. So we got a lot of good stuff. So if you guys want to go talk about this one, you guys totally can. In the comment section down below, and as well, give me your thoughts. As well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Got the Amazon links down below. We have the giveaway link down below up on Twitter and the Twitch stream and all the other targets and stuff as well down below. So first and foremost, as you guys know, Game Pass and Xbox has been kind of somewhat sketchy when it comes to how many consoles they sell, how many signups they have, and all of that. They usually kind of just do like a really broad update of how Xbox is doing, and as Microsoft is like the higher up company, this is technically just a subsidiary. So they don't have to go as in depth, they don't have to worry about investors too much. They can basically be like, hey, we make good money on hardware, we make good money on game sales, and everything's going good, and Game Pass or people are still going up, we made some, improvements or whatever. While Microsoft has to be a little more fine-tuned in terms of their like big, investor meetings. So with this, we actually did have more of a court case, though, and as you guys know, we're seeing a lot of these different things in like Brazil and the regulations and the big Xbox acquisition, and in court cases, you have to go give people documents. You have to go and showcase up the numbers, you got to go and showcase up the profits, you got to know if it's a monopoly or not. So they kind of had to release up a lot of different stuff, which we're going to go through over here. So we have an article over here from TweetTown that says, Microsoft reveals how much money Game Pass has actually made. And we kind of see all these different types of articles, and they keep on popping up over here too as well. And we're seeing other things too, like say over here for like say the game industry buzz too as well. Like it's a pretty popular topic. So basically Microsoft has revealed the Game Pass earnings data to Brazilian regulators. And as I mentioned, if it goes through the court, is then public. So obviously now we're here to help go build a favorable case for an upcoming merger with Activision Blizzard. So basically Microsoft reveals just on how much it's actually made from Game Pass on consoles, and it's quite a bit. So right now, multiple worldwide regulators are shifting through tons of games and industry data because they, like I said, they have to figure out if Xbox is a monopoly. Is it not a monopoly? What's going on? How are they making money? Are they not making money? You kind of want to see. So the massive Microsoft-Activision merger is looming, and regulators have collected libraries of data, figures, testimonials, and expert opinions as they try to determine if the mega merge is good for consumers and the $198 billion video games market as a whole. And I want to remind you guys once again, because I think people always keep on downplaying on how big this Xbox acquisition is that, don't forget, this is a $70 billion acquisition. It's like $69 billion. And as you even go and use these markets, $198 billion of that. That is a massive ratio. That's like 1/3, unless I'm being stupid. Maybe even a little bit more, like 2/5, or whatever the number would be. And that's kind of goes to show because you also have Xbox's added value of having a brand, the Halo brand, Forza brand, the consoles themselves, and Game Pass. That's a pretty wide margin and why people are still somewhat skeptical of the deal going through. But the bigger thing is the fact that Game Pass has all the information out. So some regulators like Brazil's Administrative Council for Economic Defense, or CADE, have already approved the merger. So CADE released a public document, we talked about this before, outlining its thought process on the approval and included a ton of data on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and others. And like I said, through court data, that means we get to go and see it. So on table 25, they had a chance to show the multiple game subscription services for consoles as of 2021. So as we're looking through this, it does actually seem like these numbers are really, really big. So number one, we have, you see, this is kind of in like a different language, but I see like a Espressa, and then US in millions, and then Participado de Mercado. So just like the percentage of the market. So it kind of looks as if right now Microsoft has like a $2.9 billion for their mobile subscription service in US dollars. And we also have that around a 30 to 40%. Although we also then have Sony that did not go give their exact numbers, but they are pushing around a 40 to 50%, which in theory is slightly bigger. Although we also know that they're selling more PlayStation 5s, and this is also only for consoles. You guys see this services for consoles. So PC Game Pass, like I am a PC Game Pass subscriber myself, and I know many others, especially on Twitch, who are also Game Pass subscribers on PC and console. So they might be slightly higher because Sony does not offer this service in general. So Sony itself has a little bit lower. Then we have Nintendo, which is only at $900 million, Although with how kind of mediocre Nintendo is, and as well on the cheaper price point, that's actually kind of good. They also have around a 10 to 20% market share, and then EA has 356 million, which is at around a 0 to 10%. Ubisoft is probably maybe a little bit lower than EA based on these numbers. So first and foremost, that goes and shows that Xbox Game Pass has made $3 billion from the consoles. Although I'm sure the consoles are probably on the higher side, but that is a huge revenue figure. But as well, it kind of goes to show that PlayStation does still have a subscription market to lose, and I do think long-term Sony will keep on falling off if Game Pass keeps on offering good games, or they get more deals, or depending on how Call of Duty does. Now, I don't want to say Sony's going to completely fall off, because PlayStation Plus, for multiplayer games as well as also free games, is still a pretty valid market. Like, people obviously care about it, and they want to keep on using it, but at the same time, too, like, if you get Overwatch, you go and get Call of Duty, Blizzard, you know, like all the World of Warcraft type games, and anything else too, like Diablo or a lot of these other various games, they could actually get a huge market share more so on the PC side, on the gaming side too. Like I always say, if you can somehow get an Xbox Game Pass World of Warcraft subscription, you got a lot of people that might sign up for that or rope that on in. So we'll have to see what their plans are for that as well. But it's going to go and show that Sony is slightly still bigger, but as well, Xbox also has a lot of room to grow. So one specific figure shows just how much Microsoft makes from Xbox Game Pass and consoles. According to the data, Xbox Pass generated $2.9 billion from consoles in 2021. So based on the data publicly available by Microsoft, Xbox Gaming generated a total of $16 billion. That's not bad. And don't forget, Xbox is not like Microsoft. Microsoft has their own things with their cloud servers and Word products and everything else, Windows, etc. You know, I think Microsoft made a good life call with Xbox because $16 billion for a subsidiary, not bad. Same with PlayStation, like they're making good money. Like I'm sure Sony's making very good money too as well on TVs and music and everything else, movies. So you guys can kind of look through the numbers. We have a $12 billion, I believe, from Game Pass and then other game sales. So funny enough, Game Pass still has a big market share to grow on the other section as well. But it did go and prove up to a very, very large amount of consoles, although they did make more money on the hardware. So it's like the Xbox Series S's and X's, which ties that into this. So, I mean, $2.9 billion for Game Pass over the $12.5 billion they made from games and services. That's not bad. Although I'm kind of curious on what the services are and how the game numbers are, because I kind of feel like a lot of people I know just do Game Pass, so I'm kind of curious on the overall numbers of people who just buy the game. Maybe there's some microtransactions tied in there too, because I think Forza had that. Maybe there's multiplayer stuff. I'm not really sure, but the ratios do seem pretty crazy. But either way, like there is still room to grow, and obviously as you get better games on Game Pass or things like the Activision acquisitions, that might actually bolster up these numbers quite a bit more. Same with the games and services too as well, for folks who maybe just buy Call of Duty on their PC or Steam. So that basically means that Xbox Game Pass made up roughly 18% of Microsoft's total yearly Xbox revenue. So as we mentioned, that's a pretty good chunk, like 18% is not bad. And nearly 30% of its games and services revenues, $12.58 billion for the period. We could take that even further and align those values with subscribers as of that period too as well. Microsoft has sporadically revealed Xbox Game Pass subscriber numbers, so they can't be 100% accurate though as well. But it does kind of seem like we could be pretty spot on. So however though, between August 2021 and March 2022, Xbox Game Pass went from 15 million to 18 million subscribers. So we can pinpoint the range of 2.9 billion revenues generated from 15 to 18 million subscribers across both PC and console. So very intriguing to look at this too, because people just want to know, like, how much money is Game Pass making? How can Game Pass actually go and pay for these games and these acquisitions and Activision? But I mean, you guys can go look and see. They made $12 billion, so it only will take them an extra, or $16 billion, so it only take them an extra, what, like 5 or 6 years or so to even try to go make the money back fully from the Activision acquisition, let alone the increased money they'll probably make from Call of Duty sales, microtransaction sales, because don't forget that money is also going towards PlayStation. So like basically PlayStation sells Call of Duty, they're going to be getting a cut. And by they, I mean Xbox. Same with microtransactions or Steam or PC or Overwatch or whatever it might be, call World of Warcraft. So this company's going to be making a lot more extra money from Activision as well. So this is why a lot of those big, government bodies are scrutinizing everything and making sure that everything's going to go pretty good. So, yeah, I want to say this is kind of nifty information. I think Xbox has had a pretty good growth projection, and we'll have to see on how these kind of more lull months, as of like right this second, have been, because we don't really have any big major games coming out. So give me your thoughts and comments down below as well. Make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below. We have the giveaway link down below, and the Webull, Coinbase, Targets, all that stuff down below. And I appreciate you guys all so much for watching in the first place.